All material provided in this program is for educational purposes only. Consult your own physician regarding the applicability of any opinions or recommendations with respect to your symptoms or medical condition. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Health and Wellness. We're here at Greer's Health and Wellness Center. We're located at 3490 Lexington Avenue North. We're in a professional office building in Suite 230. We're in Shoreview, a suburb of St. Paul. Our phone number is 651-486-0525. This is the fourth of a series of 5. And my name is Nellie Greer, and I will be your host tonight. In the last show, we left off talking about the teas. We finished talking about the teas, and so the remaining part was, this is a part that we didn't cover. And so we're going to start here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Gynostemma. Gynostemma is actually a tea, an herb well known in China, and it is called miracle grass. It's another name for it, and it's an adaptogen. It's one of the herbs that's used in helping the immune system, in combating different illnesses. It also helps with heart palpitations, in detoxifying, also in helping fatigue syndrome, and it's good for cardiovascular. It's also good in combating stress, and so it's used for a lot of different conditions. So folks that have fatigueness or that have what's the one, muscle aches, the inflammation. It's good for inflammation. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's a herbal heart defender. Anyway, it's one of the herbs that's well known, and a lot of times practitioners, when they have people that they consult with, they tend to, in beginning stages, what they do is they start them off with Gynostemma. Gynostemma is very adaptogen. It doesn't interfere with any of the meds or any vitamins or supplements that you're taking, but it's very tasty. It's also helps with balancing pH, and it's a tea herb that you can have pretty much. You know, it's called the immortality herb. And it's funny, I have a story about this. I had a gentleman that called me up, and he gave me the name, the Chinese name. And but in talking with him at the time, I couldn't connect the Chinese name, and but that's the herb that he was talking about. And he said he was 96 years old, and he said that he would ski. He would go skiing, and he would just be with his grandkids and stuff, and he would engage in all these different activities. And he says you should have that in your center because it's one of the herbs that's excellent in building up the body and in building stamina and, like it says, immortality. It's a wonderful tea for all those different conditions, just to build up the body throughout. Very good for the immune system. I also have Vietnamese cinnamon, and Vietnamese cinnamon is actually used to warm the body, good for circulation, good in killing bacteria. It's good for arthritis because it's very warming, and because the oil that's in cinnamon, Vietnamese cinnamon, is 6.5, so it's greater than any cinnamon that you can buy at the store. It also works great on the immune system, infection, soreness. So if you have a sore back or maybe a sore neck, it is said that by taking cinnamon, it causes warmth in the system, in the muscle tissue, and so that's the reason why it takes care of soreness. It's good for arthritis, diabetes, and high blood pressure. But it's used for it's for the immune system. It actually fights bacteria, and it's that's the reason why it's used in tea form. You can put it in tea. You can put it in your oatmeal. You can put it on top of apples. Any time that in applesauce, when you have applesauce, you can put it on top of that, and in anything. It'll go good in yogurt and all that. But anyway, we do have this here in the center. That's the Vietnamese cinnamon. Another product that we have is Cantonese Albizzia. And Albizzia is actually an herb that it comes in flower, and it's also in stem. And it is said that it is good for folks that have, if you have a loss, if you have worry, if you're frightened, if you're stressed. It's also good for, it looks like this. It's also good if you can't sleep, if you have anxiety, high anxiety, if you're just fearful. It's said that it is, let's see, where is it? Paranoia. It's excessive worry, fright, paranoia, insomnia, and it said it's a Shen tonic, and it nourishes the heart and strengthens the body. Both the bark and the flower are considered to have these qualities. It is actually a flower and also stem. It's actually, they're both good for stress, not being able to sleep, emotional. The minute you take it, it just quiets the Shen. Cantonese Albizzia is very good, and you don't need a lot of it. Portions of, you just do 2 or 3 little stems, and that's all you need. But that is the Cantonese Albizzia flower. That is good for the stress, the anxiety, the insomnia. Schizandra Berry we talked about, and Schizandra Berry is one of the herbs that we talked about, how it actually assists in the 5 organs. It's actually good for, it's a Shen. It quiets the Shen heart. It nourishes. It has the flavor for the heart, for the liver, for the kidneys, for the spleen, and for the kidneys. It actually feeds the very flavor, taste that is good for every organ. Every organ has its own flavor. It's sour, sweet, bitter, salty, and sour. So every organ has its flavor. So when you take Schizandra berry and you make it a tea, it nourishes the 5 organs, and that's the reason why we tend to crave different flavors, because those flavors are what nourishes that organ. So a lot of times when you crave a certain something, know that that's what's happening. So Schizandra berry is very good that way, and it's very soothing, very calming, and it gives you color. It nourishes blood, and good for circulation. So that is the Schizandra berry. We also have the Magnolia berries, and those are the bitter purple that you can put on. You can soften them, you can soak them, and then you can put it in yogurt and berries. So that's the end of that. And we also have tonics, chi tonics also. So that is with the teas. Now we're going to talk a little bit about an herbal product that we didn't talk the last time, and that's the herbal formula. Herbal formula, it's been around for a long time. We have sold this throughout the years, and It's actually a formula that it's all food grade. It is considered a Russian penicillin. So for anyone that has candida issues, that has infections all the time, kidney infections or bladder infections, colds, flu, sinus, allergies, by taking this formula that has, or if you have cholesterol issues or if you have candida, by taking this formula, it actually eats away and it keeps all infection, bacteria at bay. It's got garlic, it has onions, it's got vinegar, it has jalapeno peppers, it has everything that's sulfur based, and it is a group of foods that normally you don't eat on a day-to-day basis. So the idea is not everybody eats garlic every day because they're not putting garlic in certain, you only put it in certain foods. But by taking this, you can actually put this formula in your salad and or on top of your meat or maybe on top of your veggies, and by doing so, or you can take it straight, and by doing so you encourage or you assist in giving your body what it needs on a day-to-day basis, and by doing so you keep all the bacteria at bay, encouraging the lymph to give all the toxins and the heavy metals. This is the herbal formula, and it is considered like a little, so anytime that you would consider taking an antibiotic because you have an infection going on, by taking this instead, which is better for you, it's food grade, organic, you can do this every day, and instead of going on an antibiotic regimen of 10 days, causing the candida to get stronger and making matters worse, you can do this instead, and it's a better choice. But anyway, that's the herbal tonic. Moving along, we're going to talk a little bit about coconut. And coconut didn't cover the last time. And coconut, it's actually a medium chain oil, which means that the molecules are smaller. And so what happens is your body ends up breaking it down and utilizing it quicker. It doesn't store in the system like your other oils. Coconut is actually, your body metabolizes it, and it uses it for energy, it uses it to lubricate your joints, your muscles, and this oil can be used for just about any cooking instead of using your other oils. And sometimes you think, oh, coconut with certain meals, it wouldn't smell good or wouldn't taste good. And when you start cooking with it, it loses that flavor. You don't get that sharp coconut flavor to it. But it cooks very clean. But also, it's a good oil. The body doesn't store it. It melts the fat away. In fact, most people say that in incorporating coconut, they find that they end up losing weight, and they usually say, well, I haven't changed anything, but they'll say, oh, I might be, I think it's that coconut macaron cookie that I've been having, or maybe I started doing a little bit of cooking with coconut, realizing that's what it is. It normalizes your body heat. It actually creates a thermogenic in your stomach, so it actually starts to burn more fat, eliminating the bad fat and using the very good fat, which is the coconut. Also, coconut can be, sometimes people say if you don't eat it, wear it, meaning that after a bath you can actually use the coconut to use on your skin, you can use it on your hair, you can use it on your face. And also, there's another method of using coconut, and that is by taking a spoon of it and putting it in your mouth and holding it. It's said it is called oil pulling. And oil pulling, what it does is, by incorporating the coconut, which has the good bacteria in it, and putting it and holding it in your mouth for, let's say, 15 minutes, what it does, it soaks into your mouth, into your gums, into your teeth, and pulling all the bacteria in the pockets of the teeth. And what happens, so if you have receding, or if you have bacteria, gingivitis, or bacteria that's settling in different teeth where you have different pockets, or maybe you got loose teeth, or maybe you have your teeth are stained, by using the coconut in doing the oil pulling, it is amazing. Your teeth will feel stronger, they will be brighter, they will be cleaner. The bacteria, it gets rid of bad breath. It actually pulls all the bacteria that's in the mouth, that's in the teeth, that's in the pockets. It seals, it cleans, it heals the pockets, and what it does, it fills it, and so it makes the teeth stronger. But when you do it, and after the 15 minutes, you spit out, you rinse your mouth, you brush your teeth, it's amazing. Your teeth feel strong and they feel clean, and when you look in the mirror, it's amazing how white your teeth get. And you can do that. It is said that if you have dental problems, you can actually do it before you eat. So which means that if you do the oil pulling before you eat, you will draw all the bad out, you'll get rid of it, and it doesn't interfere then. So if you have thrush, or if you have any candida issues, you actually get clean, you get all that clean, so that when you eat, that doesn't get interfered with your food. And you can do that at noon before you eat, and you can do that at dinner. You can also do it before bedtime. So for folks that have issues with dental problems, you can do it 3 times a day. For those that don't have serious issues, you can do it once a day. It's actually better than doing those brightening with peroxide that are sold in the market. It's an easy way to do, and it actually it's good. It's a good way of cleansing the body. Oil pulling is what we do with the coconut oil. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to cover is the iodine. Now the iodine, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. You know, there's a lot of folks that have underactive thyroid, and when we have issues with thyroid, when we can't lose weight, when we have radiation, when we've been exposed to a lot of radiation, when we can't sleep, when we are retaining too much water, when we are eating poorly and we're craving all these salty things, it's because you have an underactive thyroid. But if you have an overactive thyroid and you have goiter issues, you can actually treat it with the iosol. Iosol is a product that you end up using in your water. You end up using 3 drops in 2 ounces of water, and you stir that, and you take a tablespoon of that 3 times a day. When that's done, you redo it, fill it 2 ounces, put 3 drops again, and do it. You continue to do that, and that will assist. Nothing feeds the thyroid better than iodine. And iodine is, it's what we get in salt, but most people don't eat salt anymore. And so years ago, when people used salt, and back then, you know, it was like the bad salt, but now people just don't eat salt at all. And everyone has thyroid issues, and everyone has either goiter issues or they have issues with underactive, which means that either too heavy or too thin. The idea is that by doing the iodine is the only way of really feeding the thyroid. And you know, the Asian folks know that best, because they tend to eat a lot of seaweed products, and it's where Americans eat corn chips. The Asians eat they eat seaweed products like algae, seaweed chips, and they are loaded with the iodine. So they don't have the same issues that Americans do. So the idea is that by incorporating iodine in your diet, you will assist in correcting menopause is one of the things too that we use iodine in order to balance the hormones. And also for individuals, for men that are having prostate issues, iodine is also needed. So iodine across the board for men with prostate, with women menopausal, for anyone that has thyroid issues, for muscles, when your muscles are where they're not as strong, where you're losing strength, iodine is what's needed in balancing thyroid. In fact, it is said that 9 out of 10 people need the iodine. It is needed so much, and it's the last place that people go to in correcting you know, their bodies. But iodine is very needed, and it's done. It's very easy. Once you mix it in water, you put it in the fridge, and for the morning you take 1 tablespoon, the afternoon you take 1 tablespoon, and at nighttime or evening you take another tablespoon. 3 times a day. That will feed the thyroid, and it will start correcting so many things. For folks that are losing their hair, losing their eyelashes, their eyebrows, thinning hair, for brittle nails, for just sleep disorders, being cranky, being irritable, eating wrong, menopause, it's a big one. And but men go through the same things that women go through, only, you know, they name it differently, but they're going through same things as everybody else. The progesterone cream is another product that we have that it kind of goes alongside with this. A lot of times when I work with men that have prostate issues, these two things go together. When I work with women that are menopausal or just have PMS issues that have endometriosis, these are the things that we suggest for them to have, because it's the very things that actually balance hormones. And so progesterone is the precursor. It is what balances your hormones. It when you have menopausal, when at different times in your life, like for PMS as well, sometimes that is what's needed. It's the precursor which actually balances your estrogen and testosterone. And this works for men too. When men have prostate issues, progesterone cream is needed because it's the precursor that actually balances the testosterone and the estrogen. At that point, when they have prostate issues, it's because they have become estrogen dominant. And how we balance that is going to be with the progesterone. And so, but men use it a little different than women do. And so for a woman, they end up doing it for some time and they're off some time, and then a month. And then for men, they continuously do it, but they do it less amount. Progesterone cream actually corrects, balances. It helps you kind of in the same way as the iodine. It actually helps the hormonal. It helps with the sleep. It helps with the eating. It helps in with the gaining of the weight. You start to lose it because once the hormones are balanced, it corrects everything. You know, a lot of times in diet, people don't understand and don't realize that when a diet isn't working very good for you is enzymatic. It's enzymes that are missing in the diet, and the balancing of hormones. Very important. Those two things are the things that really balance the body, and those are the things that are off. So these are ways of really correcting. The other thing that we didn't talk about last time was we talked about the clay, and I talked about how in taking the clay sometimes people get constipated because a lot of times what happens is the clay tends to draw and absorb so much of the toxins and the mercury and the chemicals and the toxins that you become constipated. And for people that already have a compromised bowel system or compromised, they tend to have a little bit more of an issue than those that don't. So we have a product that's called Calm, and this actually is, it's high magnesium dose that actually you take in a drink so that it assists in helping moving that, so that that doesn't happen. So for those that need it and that have a lot of medication and they're feeling where they can't go at certain times, by taking magnesium, it helps them with that. But also it's also good for anyone that's taking medication, but also that have issues with muscle cramping, or for diabetics that are taking, that end up with cramping on their calf, or muscle tightness, or just back, and they can't sleep. By taking Calm, it is said that it helps them in calming the muscles and also helping them to detoxify. It comes in about 6 different flavors. It comes in lemon, raspberry, cherry, orange, plain, and lemon, and raspberry. Anyway, 6 different flavors, but it's very good, and it's the levels of magnesium that you become short of that actually, it's the mineral that it's actually, the body is depleted because of the medication. So the idea, any diabetic, anyone that's taking a lot of medication, anyone that is taking the clay and wants to be able to have it so that they don't get that way, so the system doesn't get too sluggish or retain or hold too much of the toxins, it's good to incorporate this so that you end up getting rid of and helping to detoxify. So that's available here at the center. Now I'm going to talk about the cod liver. The cod liver oil, it's actually, we have it, it's an Arctic D cod liver oil, and it is an oil that we do need, oil from fish, only because for folks that have heart issues, that have joint issues, that have arthritis, it's basically that's the cause of it. A lot of times our diet throughout the years, people have actually quit doing fats because, of course, they think fat will make them fat, and so they've actually subtracted all fat, and through that they have actually subtracted the good fat as well. And you have to realize that we need to incorporate fat because that is what lubricates our joints, and it's good for our heart, it's good for brain, and so we need to put back. It's good for our hair. It keeps our skin soft. It's good for our nails, and it's got the D3, so it's actually good for your mental state, and it's good for brain. It's good brain food, and so this is, and it's tasty. It's lemon taste, so this is good. We do have it here at the center, and anyway, it's for the immune system also, and we have it here at the center. So let's see. Okay, we're going to talk about creams now. We have a cream. We talked about skin lesions. We talked about the soaps, how we end up cleansing the body with the mineral soap, and so a lot of times we talk about moles, skin tags, lesions, skin melanoma, and just fungal nail, but just brown spots. And there are a couple of ways of doing that. And in treating precancerous moles, we have Perrine blend, and this cream is very, very thick, and the way we use it is by taking a toothpick, and we circle it, and we take a little bit of the cream, and we put it on the spot, the mold or the skin tag or the lesion or whatever it is that precancerous, whatever. And what we do is we put it on there, and then we put a Band-Aid, because it has to be covered for 24 hours. You can also use a Band-Aid that you just brush on, and it's a clear Band-Aid that it's liquid form, and all you do is just brush it on there, and it's waterproof. That would be a good way of doing it, so that if you do get it wet, you wet your hands or wherever the spot is, it doesn't matter, because it's covered, and it will be completely covered until you remove it. So that's a way of doing it instead of the Band-Aid. But this Perrine blend is actually used, and what it does is it's said to leave it for 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you take it off, and then you clean it again, reapply it. It is said it's a very thick cream, so that's the best way to do it, with a little toothpick. Now, for different lesions that people have that are very open sores, it is said to use the cream complete, because it's not as concentrated as this one. And this one, what you do is you just glaze your finger over it, and you just apply it. It doesn't cause as much burn as what this one would be. This one is used more for moles and skin tags and stuff, and you use it by doing it that way with the toothpick, and then you bandage it. Now this one here you don't. This one you apply it, and you can just let it be. It is said also that if in using the blend, the Perrine blend, if you were to use it, and let's say that it's in an area and it gets on your clothes and it stains your clothes, you can actually use hydrogen peroxide and soak it, and then you can wash it, and it'll rid of that stain. Those are ways of doing the Perrine blend. This one is actually a little thicker, more concentrated than this one. Now the cream complete, this is loaded with all different nutrients in it. It has all the antioxidants. It has aloe, resveratrol, it has vitamin C, it has vitamin E, it has grapeseed extract, it has noni, it has so many, it has acai. It's got all the different antioxidants that we can think of in vitamin C content. It has it in the cream. If you have a sore that's open, you put this on, I kid you not, you put it on one night, you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, the sore will be less, it will be flatter, it will be smaller in all areas, from up, down to sides, and then also from thickness. It's amazing, one time of use, and it'll cover and it'll heal, and each time that it's done, it heals it better, quicker. So this is the Perrine complete. Now we also have in that brand, we also have the there is a cool cleanse, and that's this here. The cool cleanse comes in a bottle. It's very, very thick. I've used it. It's very red in color because of the grape seed extract. It has honey, and it has a lot of NAC, which is an antioxidant. It has a alpha lipic acid. It has grape seed. It has aloe vera. It has honey. It has vitamin E and C and biotin. Actually, the cream, or that cool cleanse, is for times when you want to cleanse an area a little bit more, and you can use it on your face. For people that have acne, it's wonderful. You put it on and you use very little. It's very thick, and so you have to do it with a little water, and you keep working it in your face and neck. And you can actually do it after you've done that and washed and cleansed your face good. You can just allow it to sit there, but it's not just on face, and on your back or on your arms or legs or wherever you have breakout or acne or whatever. You can actually use that and then just let it sit dry and then rinse it. Don't use a washcloth because it'll stain it, but just use keep rinsing your face. Once that's done, your face, the pores are smaller, the face is cleaner, the skin is just like clean, and it's called a clean or a cool cleanse. We also have in that same line, we also have jojoba oils, and I have the unscented, I have the citric, I have the unscented, the lavender, and I have the dream of jasmine. I have the citric in the Perrine blend brand. We also have the artesian bar soaps, and the artesian bar soaps look like that, and there's a lot of different ones. And I will say that we do have a soap that is called, it's made out of zinc and some oats, and it's a little rough exfoliating soap that's used for people that have like skin tags and also the keloids. Keloids are actually little bumps that surface on the skin, and they're very dark in color. And sometimes people get it on chest, they get it on the back, they get it in the back, on their back, below their waist, in the back, and but mostly a lot in the chest and back, and they look like little bumps. The zinc soap and the artesian soaps from the Perrine Naturals, they take care of that, and so that is something that you can incorporate in your program of cleansing for skin. We also have a cream that is MSM. MSM we've talked about in other our number 2 program, and that was the MSM, which we so talked about in how it's wonderful on the skin. It softens, it prevents aging, it gets rid of wrinkles, it softens the skin. It internally, if you take it, it's anti-aging, but it nourishes the body. It softens the arteries, the veins, so that everything flows and your lymph detoxifies. It softens the inner body. It gets rid of calcification. It actually gets rid of any calcification and damage that's been done in different organs, on your veins. They say that when you take MSM, you actually rinse and clean the veins so that the veins are flowing. Blood isn't coagulating in and making the veins very big and painful. MSM is very good. Now we have a cream that actually is MSM in the cream form that you can put on your skin, and the same thing that's happening internal, you can actually do it surfacely on your face, on your neck, or maybe applying it on your nails to strengthen your nails, maybe for your toenails as well. The MSM cream is wonderful if you have maybe a rash. MSM is good. If you have a burn, it'll take care of it. For wrinkles, this is a big one for wrinkles, and it's all a natural MSM cream. We have it here at the center. Okay, we're going to talk about, what was the other? Neem is also another product that it's been around for a long time, But one of the things that people don't really use it, or they choose not to use it, it's because neem really smells bad. I remember when my son Brian first brought it into the center, I tried it and I went, nobody's going to ever buy this twice. They'll buy it and they'll use it and they'll never use it again. However, this company has actually made it. It is very nice in fragrance. It doesn't smell that way, and they incorporate just the right amount in combination to be able to do good, but also to be able for a person to use it and not feel that they have to use it only when they're home instead of every day. So neem is very good. It's a very therapeutic. It also has aloe. So and it is a gel, and this is also used as a skin therapy for any skin issues, for any psoriasis or any eczema or any skin breakout or any skin disorder. This is neem is very good. We also have the little tablets of neem also comes in a little in capsules or in soft gel caps that actually they kill the very bacteria that's causing the supercritical extract of neem leaf that actually kills the bacteria that's actually causing a skin condition. We have them here as well. We have them in that form, and we also have them in for healthy skin and digestion. We also have it in gel caps. Let's see. We did the purity. We did that. Let me see. We also have this brand here. The Healing Tree has a number of products for psoriasis. Now, in treating skin across the board, we always start with the Miracle 2 and the neutralizer because that creates a better pH. And so that is our method of always cleansing the skin, preparing the skin to for the next step. And for anyone that has psoriasis, we have a product that from the Healing Tree that has it that you end up using for psoriasis after the Miracle 2 products are done. So you bathe, you soak, you end up putting the neutralizer gel on the skin after a bath, you put the lotion, and after you've done the Miracle 2 products, then you treat the skin with whatever condition it is. You do the psoriasis cream for the psoriasis condition. There is an eczema for those that have the eczema issues. And we also have a first aid cream. We also have a first, like for itchy, redness, sore. The first aid cream is good for that, or for bites. And then we also have the first aid spray. We have that as well in the Healing Tree, and the fungal nail. There is a cream that is used after you soak your feet, after you bathe. If you have fungal issues in your nails or fingernails, toenails, there's a cream that you end up using for that condition. And we also have for athlete's foot solution. We have one for that. And we also have, this brand also has the muscle rub. There is a cream that is used for muscles that are tight, like maybe after a workout or maybe before a workout. You want to put it on so that while you're doing the workout you don't tighten up. We do have a muscle rub, and these products are all natural, and we have, and they come in a box like this, and we've got all the different ones. Okay, further on that, let's see. We also have in the coconut, we also have coconut flakes. We have them in bags like this. Coconut flakes that we end up using. So in introducing coconut, you want to kind of introduce it and kind of use it in more ways. You know, you do the coconut oil, and that's great. But we also have it in flakes, so you can put it maybe in the smoothie. You can also put it in on top of ice cream. You can put it in yogurt. You can, you know, you can actually, when you do your granola, if you make fresh granola, you can actually put the coconut flakes in there and bake it, and you have granola that's awesome with the flakes and all. We also have powder milk, coconut milk, that you can actually make and use the powder into doing a beverage or to make milk, or you can just do it as you're making like oatmeal. You can put 2 tablespoons of the coconut powder milk, and then you can just heat that up, and once that comes to a boil, then you can put your oats in there and put your raisins and cinnamon, and you would use this cinnamon, the Vietnamese cinnamon. The Vietnamese cinnamon is very good, and once you have tasted the Vietnamese cinnamon, you'll never go back to the store-bought cinnamon. It is it smells the best. It's got the most best smell. If I have a little time, I will talk about. Do I have a little time? Okay. We have this product here that's called Detox Patches, and I'm sure you've seen it on television, advertised, and some people go, is that really true? Does that really do it? You know, the patches are that they do detoxify through feet. I'm sure that you have actually heard of these foot baths that are done in different clinics and different centers. This is actually a product that you can do, and it's as simple as putting the 2 patches on each foot and putting your socks on and going to bed, and within about 8 hours of sleeping, guess what? You're detoxifying, and it will pull toxins from your feet, but through the circulation of sleep, where the circulation happens, it'll start detoxifying the body throughout. And so the idea is that if you have pain issues, let's say in the back, you can actually use a patch and put it wherever it is that you have pain. So if you have lower back, kidney pain, if you have knee or legs, you can put it on those areas, and it's a way of detoxifying directly, causing better circulation. And I will tell you that these products do work. When you get done with them after about 8 hours, when you remove them, you get to see all the different what has been taken away. It's slimy, but you feel that there is so much that has been rid of it. It feels almost vacant. It almost feels like it's empty, only due to the fact that it's drawn so much of the inflammation that is caused by acid in that area that you have pain. So it's good in removing toxins, it improves circulation, and it combats fatigue. Fibromyalgia is a big one for many, and sometimes, you know, when everything fails and nobody knows what you have, they name it fibromyalgia. So guess what? Fibromyalgia, by doing these patches, it's a good way of being able to give you back in improving the circulation, so that, and removing the toxins, and also giving you energy back. And these are patches that are available single. You can buy them individually, or you can buy them in the box. We do have them individually packed, so that you can buy 1 or 2 so that you can try it out and see if it works for you. I'm going to talk a little bit about Herb Farm. And Herb Farm are tinctures. They are tinctures that we have compounds. So they're actually liquid herbs. And the liquid herbs, they're actually they are easy to take. It's almost like the tea has already been done. They're herbal tinctures that all you do is you open it and you take the dropper and put it in your mouth, and in simple form is it's liquid. It's better than taking any capsule, tablet, or whatever. We have it for anxiety. We have it for brain memory. We also have it for blood pressure. We have it for PMS, for potency, for male vitality, for women libido. We have it for sleep, relaxation, for circulation, for heart. We have the formula for, what's the other one? For any condition, for trauma, for stress. There's a formula for stress. There's a formula for anxiety, and for kidney problems, there's herbs also for kidney. We have echinacea. We have elderberry. We also have different ones individual for kidney issues, for bladder, just about any different condition. Schizandra comes in a tincture as well. Almost every herb, Albizzia, any herb that I was talking about, Hishu. Hishu is another herb that's very good. We have it in capsules, and in our last program for the next time, we're going to talk about that. But cat's claw for arthritis, for inflammation. We have a tincture on this rack for just about every condition. We also have, I did talk about for thyroid, and what I was saying before is that iodine is the one food that it is good to feed thyroid. However, sometimes we always think kelp is good, bladderwrack is good. There are other things that are good in herbal formulas, like dulce is good, but those are herbs that and blue and green and brown algae are good. However, the one thing that really feeds the thyroid, we do have those herbs too in tincture form, but it is iodine that actually feeds the thyroid the best. And so but this is all and we also have for ear infections, we have a formula that's called linden Mullum garlic is the formula for ear infections. It actually is said that every time you have an ear infection, if you use that oil and you drop it in your ear, it actually gets rid of the ear infection because it's working with garlic and mullum. So it is a formula that is used for ear infections. And we have for menopause, we also have a tonic for menopause, and we also have arnica, which is actually good for muscles. And so the this whole line here is it's very good. Simple form is that anybody that just wants to just give me something easy for menopause, for anyone that has PMS, for circulation, for warming, for heart, for brain, for anxiety is a big one, and for stress, we have it all. Next time we're going to talk a little bit about the essential oils, but I think we got a little time, so I'll talk about that. Essential oils we've talked about in different programs, and I'm coming across a lot of folks that have been taking a lot of medication, and I will say that in taking essential oils are very easy. They you can breathe them, you can diffuse them, and simple form is that back people had plants in their houses. When you walked in a person's house, they had a lot of plants. The windows were open, and I think today a lot of people clothes or shades. They don't have the sun coming in. They don't have plants in their house, and plants do oxygenate the air, and they are good for us. And so when we don't do that, a good format would be to maybe diffuse essential oils in your house. And how we diffuse them, we have a diffuser that has an oil that has a little a nebulizer, and it has an oil base where you put the essential oils on that base, and you diffuse them. And what they do is they put the very oxygen in the air, so that when we breathe them, we end up feeling better. And so, but applying them, you can put it on your nose, you can put them on your wrist, you can put them on your chest, you can put them on the bottoms of your feet. The essential oils, we have essential oils for everything. We have it for pain, we have it for headaches, for arthritis, we have it for diabetes, we also have it for anxiety, we have it for edema, we have it for water retention. You use juniper oil on your legs, on your knees that have water retention, and guess what? You can just feel the water. It increases your urine flow because you get rid of so much water, but for every time you do it, it helps more and more. For anyone that would want to know a little bit more on essential oils and anything that we discussed here tonight, you can, oh, I wanted to talk one thing, Manuka honey. Manuka honey I didn't talk about. Manuka honey is plus 16. It is the sugar that we need. It's one of the sugars that kills MRSA, that kills any infection, any virus, any thrush, any candida. It kills any staph. It kills any germ, virus, bacteria. It's one of the sugars that the body needs. It's what's missing. It is a good alternative. It's something that you can end up using. I can talk a little bit maybe next time. I'm running out of time. So for anybody that would like more information on anything that we discussed tonight, you can call us at 651-486-0525, or you can log us and like us on Facebook on our website at www.greershealth.com. Thank you.